Oh, hey. Funny thing. I don't have my tea. I need that. I'll be back. Always leave them with a blank screen for a while before. Yeah, I don't know. I'm sure it's horrible. So, hi. Not used to that. A number of people mentioned as I was finishing 1849, maybe some of my other discussions. Hey, I seem more normal. Yeah, no shit. You know what happened? Fuck it all. Took over. I'm back to being my usual useless self. You know, I mean, in various situations, especially my wife dying, I'm like, there are things I need to get done. There are things I need to get out of the way. I got the dryer done. That's it. I made, since the last time I gave an update, I made several attempts to try to get to a probate lawyer, and I can't fucking get through. Because they have websites. They seem to have a standard website that these law firms are using. Well, I mean, the two that I tried to get through to several. I tried with twice. They both had websites. I click on it. They have contact me. I fill out the information. And it puts in a phone number that probably isn't right. But it has a checkbox on it, contact me by email. And I fill in my email, and I get nothing back. I got one email back that said, hey, call us and arrange something. But this was from the one in Salem that wasn't very useful. But anyway, I mean, you know, I wasn't counting that one, but out of three, they all used basically the same website, a little bit of different dressing around it, which to me means like they're all, you know, they bought a software package for scheduling appointments for legal stuff. Yeah, and you know, obviously, you can say, well, you know, you got to do something different. Yeah, I know. Fuck it. I mean, I'm really at the point of fuck it to everything. My mother, I don't see any way that I'm going to be in a mindset where I can make plans and set shit up. And I find myself, you know, committing to things at work that are guaranteeing. So here's the thing. I've got my second shot coming in 3 weeks or whatever. I've got stuff at work that I've now committed to that's going to take me about 5 weeks to complete. And then I'm looking at, like, at the very least, I'm like, yeah, I can't do review work for people in terms of, like, game reviews and stuff. Somebody contacted me about something I had agreed to do, but I'm just like, yeah, I have no idea anymore. No, I don't know if I'm gaming anymore. You know, I mean, I got some shit I need to clean up, but I don't know if I care. But yeah, I mean, I'm like, wow, June, that's when I'm supposed to be getting, you know, this contact from the guy who said he has a contractor who can help me. Well, if that's when that's happening, how the hell am I going to find time, you know, am I going to leave town or whatever while somebody's working here? I just don't know. And it's just too complicated. And there's the airplane, and I'd have to arrange that. There's the concept of trying to get out of Newark and to where my parents are and whatever's going on. And I don't even know if my mother wants to see me. I haven't spoken with her. Of course not. And honestly, you know, I'm going to become a fucking alcoholic because I don't have the guts to kill myself any normal way. It's kind of interesting about that. Because, yeah, I mean, I'm happy as long as I don't fucking pay attention to what might happen or is happening around me in my life. And I can watch it degrade slowly and take a certain pleasure, just like I do watching my workplace, continually become less and less secure, and even though that's my job. uh, but yeah, I mean, these are choices that I have nothing about. In terms of the work ones, I fought valiantly to try to keep some modicum of sanity in place. But with my own life, yeah, I don't have that kind of, I don't have that kind of control. I can't say, look, do this. I'm not telling someone else to do something, is maybe the thing. Like, someone else tells me something bad to do in my life, or something that I don't think is right, and I can just say no. Somebody at work tells me to do something, and I'm like, I shouldn't because of this. That's the difference, right? But then I have to do it. So, like, whatever valiant defense I put up, which is as good as my defenses that I put up here, which basically comes down to, you don't fucking know me. And if I'm telling you no, I mean it. No, I can't just call a plumber, right? I had been having thoughts about, like, looking into whether I can do the sink myself. But yeah, I'm making good friends with my vodka, and went on a long walk, and just, someday I'll be stuck in a hospital bed and say to myself, self, you fucked up. You should have killed yourself when you were 13. But one thing I wanted to talk about with suicide was one of the few things that's kind of breaking through in my head. It's something I hadn't revealed, something that I haven't maybe admitted to myself. I'm always like, I don't know if it's fear or indecision or whatever. But there's one thing that I do know. When I think of almost any form, except doing it just by strength of will, to tell you the truth, my reaction is a visceral recoiling from the idea and sickness. It's very much so. I feel the same way as I do about touching a dead body, right? It's like there's something so very wrong about dead things, or seeing one. There's something so very wrong about death. It's like something that I simply do not accept the existence of, and it feels very similar to that. I don't know what that means. It's like I'm afraid of death, but not necessarily mine. Anything's death. Maybe it's just reminding me of my own mortality, whatever. I don't know what's going on with that, but again, I try to express things so that other people maybe can get something that I won't, because I'm just gonna fucking drown myself in booze. And that's why I'm happier now, right? Because I am doing what I have always learned to do. Well, no, I didn't always learn to do it. So I was miserable throughout my adolescence for almost the entirety, other than like some time that I was gaming. And then I went to college and I was miserable, except for some small times when I'm gaming or hanging out with friends. And at some point I said, no, you're not getting good results out of this and you're miserable. Fuck it. Just enjoy yourself. You've got the opportunity to enjoy yourself. Screw it. Don't worry about the future. You'll probably be dead. Whatever. If you're lucky, you will be. And I didn't get lucky. I ended up paying pretty heavy prices in some ways for making that decision to just say fuck it. And I don't know what I learned one way or the other. It's like I sort of stood on the fence with this, wow, maybe you could have done better, but I don't know. And at some point or another, after my first wife kicked me out, situation was such that I was able to crack down and do stuff, school-wise and whatnot, and do stuff effectively and put a serious turn to it. Uh, and then I slipped back into my old ways when I was on my own. And I blame my dad really for making me want to do stuff because I didn't want to disappoint and humiliate him. Because, I was going to school at the school he was teaching at, and I didn't want to seem like, the only reason I was there at all was that, he got me in or whatever, which isn't really the truth, but it's not entirely false either. I mean, I certainly wouldn't have gone there otherwise. Could I have gotten in anyway? Maybe. Maybe. But that's hard to tell. I mean, I honestly just don't know. But definitely, it was a situation where I couldn't let that down. The same way that I can't let somebody down, at work or whatever, So like, this is the craziest thing. Like if I had been accepted into a PhD program at UO, I probably would have been in that position where I'm like, wow, I really can't disappoint you for this, right? But I'm never accepted into anything because, well, I was, but, it was something I didn't want to do, so I just said no. It was not the fields that I was interested in. I thought I might be, and I flirted with it and looked at it, but I decided, no, this is not what I want to do. And it's kind of funny because some of the work was actually tangential to the stuff that I do now, but in a different sort of way. It was security related, that's all. More network based. But, yeah. Where am I lost? Yeah. So, I mean, I came to UO, and, I was in my same, it's not like I wasn't trying, but most of my trying was trying to cope with my inability to try. I mean, that's where it gets stuck. When I don't have that right motivation, whatever it is, that's what happens. And when I was whining and complaining here, I felt like I was getting some of that motivation out of ripping myself open and showing you guys how bad I was, and then I have to try to prove that wrong, and now fuck it, I'm just going to prove myself that I can get cirrhosis. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to beat my mom to the grave. She's got 6 months, but, she didn't try all that hard. And, she goes to doctors and stuff like that. And it's like, no, I'm not going to do that. I hope, but on the other hand, I also don't think, it's not worth me pursuing the sort of mystical mindset. It's not worth me pursuing, it's not worth me doing anything. I'm just going to let it all fucking collapse around me. And, maybe eventually the heat'll die, the electricity will die again, and I'll just curl up in a ball and let myself go that way. I don't know. I mean, I just don't know. I don't know anymore. It's like I have absolutely no will to try to fight this world any longer. But I also don't want to try to bridge it. It's too much effort. Alcohol is so much easier. Cheers.